Men are the problem.
Men.
Men leave.
Are men trash?
Men or a bear?
It's because a man done did something to her.
The bear's not gonna.
So men have been.
Men are the most.
Juliet, trust me, you'll be better off alone. Stop waiting for somebody else's love. Who needs a prince when you're already a queen? Write your own story, 'cause baby, you are the lead.
Let me say this. I'm the biggest supporter of women not needing. They don't have to be in a relationship, nor do they have to have children. Hell, I think it's fine that women be single forever. Single and childless forever. I think it's great. But here's the thing that I find funny, because I've been seeing this trend, right? Of women, single women using this song. And then it's like, okay, that's not a bad song. So I checked to look at the creator of that song to see that she's in a relationship herself. A song about you don't have to be in a relationship, or you're better off alone, from a woman that's in a relationship, that isn't alone. And this is a thing where I find a little bit funny with how entertainment is, because you have, practically every woman that is an entertainer, singer, singing and praising and actually encouraging women to be single. Be single. You should be single. You're better off single. Yet the same women that are singing that are pretty much preaching women are better off single are actually the women that already have a man, that's already in a relationship. I think this is a thing where these entertainers, right, these women actually know their audience, because they know that women need the validation to support their singleness. When these women that are these entertainers don't even believe it. They don't even really believe the things that they're saying, because they don't want to be alone. They don't believe it's better off to be alone, because again, they actively find or accept or want to be in relationships. So I just thought it was funny, because like I said, I think it's perfectly fine and that women be single or be single for the rest of their life. You don't need a man, right? Because women are strong and independent. They can do it all themselves. But I just think it's funny that women are taking advice or listening, right, to other women or music or whatever about you are better off or you should be alone. And yet those same women aren't really alone. They don't think it's in their own life. They don't think it's better off to be alone. Because here's the thing, right? People will say that, whatever. They will say whatever, but these coaches, these entertainers, their life shows you that they don't want to be alone. But I don't know. I mean, like I said, it was just interesting that you see this a lot. So I don't know.
It's funny because, they always say that women are the ones that trap men with babies, but that's not the truth. It's men who trap women's babies. How can you trap a man with a baby when men can just walk away? With no consequences. Nobody talks shit about single fathers. As a matter of fact, they praise single fathers. But single mothers, they are the scourge of the earth. They are the reason why everything is fucked up. Oh, they're the reason why this next generation is So how can you trap a man with a baby when a man can just get up and leave? No problems, no harm, no foul. Women don't trap men with babies. We get trapped with babies. Because once a woman gets pregnant and has a baby, in the concept of the patriarchy's mind, she's now used goods. And no other man out there is gonna want her. So now I have complete control over this woman. She can't go nowhere. She's mine forever. She's used goods, the used goods that are still out on the street every single 5 seconds.
This is the delusion of a lot of women, right? And this is sad, because here's the thing where Obviously, this woman, I'm sorry, not that intelligent. Because here's the thing with trap. You can't trap a woman when she wants the baby. It's not a trap. You're trapping the man because he doesn't. So that's the thing. How can you trap a woman when she chooses to have the baby? That's not, if like trapping someone is forced. You're forcing them. Okay? So yes, why it applies to men, because you're forcing a man to be a father when obviously he doesn't want to. Okay? On the flip side, you can't force a woman to not be a mom or to be a mom. She chooses it. Ain't this the thing that you women are fighting for, right? The Roe v. Wade thing? Like that. And the absolutely absurdity to think that there's no consequences. First, there's no consequences if the woman chooses. There's no consequences, okay? The society, there is consequences. It's called child support. You can make him pay. There's repercussions. It's that women constantly, they take away accountability from bad men. They do it, right? They take away accountability from bad men and they give children to bad men. It's like, do women not have autonomy? That's why I'm sorry. That's why women like this are such a bad image on women, because women like this shows how delusional, hypocritical, how just idiotic a lot of women are. And this is the thing, right? I know so many intelligent women, but especially internet women, they really paint a terrible light on women in general. They praise single fathers because those are men that throughout any kind of adversity chooses to stay in their children's lives, right? Because it's honorable, right? Here's the thing where they don't put down single mothers because they're being a single mom. They don't. They're not putting down single moms or saying anything bad about single mom for taking care of their children. No. They say things about single moms for choosing a bad man and then becoming a woman like this, bitter. That's what they talk about. That is the problem, right? That's the thing where this is why women can't see anything. Men aren't bagging on single moms because they are taking care of their children. No, I've never heard a single man bag on women that, oh my God, you're terrible for taking care of your child. No, you are terrible for giving children to bad men and then complaining about men in general, i.e. women like this, and not having some accountability, right? Self-accountability, self-reflection that, you know what, you did it, right? You chose these bad men, so you're putting yourself into these situations. It's not men's fault, right? It's your own fault.
When did the cultural shift happen of men acting like cunts, like bitches, like catty, like a bitch that you want to burn with a flat iron? Like, when did men start getting qualities of such a beast? And how do we reverse it? Where is the anti-venom? There's too many of y'all. There's too many of y'all. And I personally can't take another fucking day on God.
The shift happened when women think that it was cool to talk like this. When women can and would talk like this. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely toxic. Right? This is the thing. This is the insanity. The masculinity, the toxicity, the ugliness right here. Absolutely disgusting. It's like constantly foul, right? Constantly regurgitating to toxicity, right? Feminism right there. Feminism for you, right? That's feminism for you. That's, you want to change it, right? You want to change it? Jump back, right? Jump back to when you think men weren't like that. When was men like that? When feminism wasn't a thing, or when feminism wasn't that popular, when masculine women weren't a thing, right? That's when you want men to go back or change right there, right? How about women change? This is the thing where it's always men. It's always men. Men need to change. Yet women are fine. Absolutely. Like, every single word that came out of this woman's mouth was disgusting, was toxic, was ugly. Absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And you know what? This is why I've said a few things, right? Why, as women age, they become bigger red flags. You can see the trauma, the toxicity, right? You can see how she's become such a toxic person. And toxic people attract other toxic people, right? And here's the thing. Here's a woman that has attracted and are attracted to toxic men, and now have become extremely toxic and ugly herself. And this is why, as women like this, they age, they gain more trauma, they become more ugly and toxic. And also, you know what? This is the thing, right? I am such a big supporter of women just stop dealing with men. Stop interacting with men. Every man that talks to you, just tell them that you're a lesbian, right? Tell them that you are whatever. Say whatever so you don't need to deal with men, because women like this must get out of the dating market. She needs to stop dealing with men whatsoever, because here's the thing. Women like this will only turn men toxic, right? She will be only attracted to good toxic men, or she will turn good men into toxic men. Because women like this is just absolutely disgusting. It's disgusting. And here and also I want to say this, watching it, you can see that this type of woman, right? Imagine what type of men she attracts, right? That's why I said toxic women attract toxic men. You cannot imagine that type of woman attracting good men. So, yeah.
They don't leave you for someone better. They don't leave you for someone who's prettier. They leave you for someone who's easier.
I honestly think the older generation of women have ruined subsequent generations of women. Because here's the thing. Even women don't want hard relationships, right? Even women don't want to go through the struggles. How many times have you heard women saying, I don't want struggle love? So imagine that, the hypocrisy in that, where men need to go for a woman that's harder, right? Men shouldn't be attracted to a woman that is easier to be with, right? Men need to struggle with a woman, but yet on the flip side, it shouldn't be the same with a woman. That's the insanity of it, right? So here's the thing. She's more prettier on the inside, if she's not prettier on the outside. And if she's easier to be with, she's definitely better.
I don't even get butterflies no more or feel special anymore when a guy says they like me or they feeling me. Because nowadays it feel like an insult. Because now I feel like you like me because you think I'm a dumbass bitch or you think you can get over on me. No.
You know why I say as women age, as women gain life experience, they become bigger red flags. The bitterness, the trauma, right? You are using your youth to date or interact with and get with toxic men. And then you gain those traumas. And then at a certain age, at a certain time in your life, you just become bitter. You just become hard to deal with. You just become not wanting to be around, right? By your own life choices, you just become someone who doesn't qualify for good men, because a bitterness like that, bitter woman like that will destroy good men, right? This is a thing where, I've said this before, I'm in all support of if women are really fed up, right, with the dating market, you don't have to date. You don't have to really interact with men. You really don't. I mean, sometimes women think that like men are all around. You really don't have to, right? You really don't have to interact with men. You really don't have to entertain men at all. Okay? You don't. Get out of the dating pool, right? Travel, focus on this is the thing. You could go to work, go home. Go to work, go home. I don't think the chances is not that high of you seeing men. But also this, right? Think of things to discourage men, right? To like deter men from talking to you, because women know how to do that, right? Have a very bitchy aura that men don't want to talk to. But here's the thing, like I said, women like this, they will only attract terrible men for the rest of their life. Because again, only terrible men, the players, the bad boys, will see this woman worth playing the game, worth to pump and dump. Because again, those terrible men see it as a game. They will play that game. Because here's the women don't understand. The way you act, how you go about life, your vibe, right, your aura, it will show you what type of men you will attract. Good men will stay away. Good men will see that, you know what? Cool. I don't want to deal with that, right? You want to be bitter, you want to be hateful, you want to be toxic. Cool. Right? There are men for that. And I'm saying, right, if you don't want to if you want to stay in the dating market, fine. There are men for that. But I just think this is sad. But like I said, you can see the self-inflicted trauma, right? And why I say self-inflicted is, again, women choose the men they allow into their life. And usually they choose the toxic men. So, yeah, that bitterness this is why men... It's funny, sometimes women don't understand why men would choose younger women, right? Or not even Western women. Because the bitterness, the combativeness, the toxicity, the ugly vibe.
Is it me, or does ugly men tend to be the most predatory? Like, I've noticed in my comments, the most disgusting, foul, misogynistic, just bottom of the fucking barrel comments that I get are from the most ugliest men I've ever seen on this planet. Like, I'm shook. Like, I'm like, you took a picture of yourself and put it on the internet? That's crazy. Looking like that, like, that's crazy. And I'm convinced that it's really ugly men that are just so predatory. And I know beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but baby, they should have got rid of you when you were born. Because what?
They should have gotten rid of you when you were a baby. That sounds predatory to me. That sounds disgusting to me. Here's the thing, right? This is why women are easily manipulated, right? You think of this. The players, the bad boys, the toxic men, those are usually the men that will lie to you, cheat on you, usually are the men that women find the most attractive. And here's also the thing, right? Why a lot of past serial killers, criminals are found one of the most attractive. Why so many men in prison, right, are baby daddies, right? Baby dads. So many men, practically the majority of them are baby dads. Right? And this is the thing, let's not forget Wade Wilson. How women are, like, they are absolutely going crazy for that man. Okay? This is the thing. Instead of focusing on someone's looks, why not focus on someone's characters? It's not their look that determine if they are ugly on the inside or not. It's not someone's look that tells you that they would treat someone terrible. It's how they are inside. Okay? But no. Let's focus on their looks and just paint that picture. If you're ugly, you're terrible. And yet, the men that women complain about, that are toxic, that are actual predators, that are actual cheaters, liars, and all that stuff, are usually the men women find good looking. Right? The men that women complain about, right? That cheated on them, that lied to them, that has a mistress, all this stuff, are usually the men that women find attractive. So this is the thing where women are easily manipulated because, again, they base things on superficial things, right? Not about a man's character, not about a man's personality, right? Not about what type of man he is inside. It's his looks, right? And that's why, right, why dangerous men in the past, even in the present, have always been trustworthy, have always been easily to lure women in dangerous situations because of this kind of ideology. If you are ugly, you are a creep. If you are good looking, you are more trustworthy. You are more, I will give you more of my attention, my time, if you are good looking. Because here's the thing, this is the funniness. Men that are good looking, they get away with things that ugly man can't. Because again, you won't find a good looking man a creep because you find him attractive. You will let him be catcalling, misogynistic, toxic, because you find him good looking. So, yeah, I think it's funny. And here's the thing, yes, there are terrible men out there. There are men that are toxic that aren't good looking. Yes, I agree. But again, you determining if he's a bad man or not based on looks shows you that you can be and have been easily manipulated by good looking men. Right? This is why the players and bad boys, the Pookies, the Ray Rays, those toxic men are usually the good looking man.